Hello and welcome to the tip of the day. I'm Dr. Amy Starr with the Mesa Veterinary Clinic, Paws and Hooves Mole Veterinary Services, and San Francisco Stables. And we're helping El Paso help their pets. So today I want to talk about how to prevent fleas and ticks in your little tiny ones. So if you have, it's getting on spring, and so there's a lot of puppies and kittens out there, and when they're really young they are still prone to getting fleas and ticks, especially fleas. Fleas tend to have a bigger issue with our little babies, but definitely we see a lot of ticks as well, and both fleas and ticks in the really tiny ones can cause pretty severe anemia as well as pass other diseases. So it is really important to keep them protected, but a lot of times they're too young or too small to have the regular flea and tick preventions that we use, such as the Frontline Plus or the NexGard, and so we have to find other options. So the first thing to do is to do a manual check, meaning that you're going over every inch of your little one's body looking for any fleas or ticks. The highly common areas are around and inside the ear, in between the toes, in the armpits, in the groin area. They like kind of those darker, warm areas, and so they congregate in those areas. So do a manual check. You can use a flea comb, which in the little ones can also find ticks, and just kind of pry around and look for that. And the flea combs you can get at any pet store. Once you've done that, then the next step is to make sure that if there were any ticks or fleas, that there's no wounds from those. If you do find ticks and fleas, then I do highly recommend that you bring them into a clinic, because like I said, they could have other problems. So once you do the check, remove any that you find, and you don't need to go through all the lighting the match on their rear end of the tick and stuff like that. You can just grab them at the base where they touch the skin. I recommend using gloves if you can, or using tweezers, so that you don't get bit by these. And then put them in a little alcohol jar or something so that you kill them and you're not releasing them. Also, it's important to protect your yard and your area. So, if you just got the pet, then they probably came from wherever they came from with those, but they can be transmitting those into your environment as well. Or if you've had the pet, then they can be getting them from the environment. So because they are too young to do regular medications, you want to protect them as best as possible by preventing issues in your environment. So go ahead and call an exterminator and do what you need to do to protect your area as well, your yard. And then you can use a mild dish detergent. So we recommend Dawn, and dilute it a little bit, scrub up the body, be careful of the eyes and ears, but clean them really well, and this will also help to remove and kill lingering little fleas and stuff that you're not seeing. Rinse them really well, dry them, keep them warm, etc. And then as soon as they are 8 weeks old and 2 pounds, then they can go on good preventatives. I do not recommend doing a lot of the over-the-counter or home remedies. A lot of these can be toxic. I've seen some horrible wounds. We also do not recommend the flea collars. They really don't work well, and they can cause issues, especially if the baby starts chewing on them. They can become toxic, or sometimes they can cause irritation around the skin and stuff. So we do recommend, coming to your vet, getting a good quality preventative that is recommended, and it's always better to be on the safe side, and you might spend $1 or $2 more, but you might save a lot in prevention of other problems. So if you have any questions, let us know. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.